What if I told you that real, deep confidence isn't something you're born with? That it's not reserved for a lucky few, but is actually a skill? Something you can build and strengthen, just like a muscle. And what if you could start building that muscle in just 5 minutes a day? I know it sounds like a huge claim, but we're going to walk through a simple mindfulness exercise that scientists say can actually start to rewire the pathways in your brain, creating a foundation for a new kind of self-assurance. This isn't about faking it till you make it. This is about genuinely making it. So if you've ever felt that sting of self-doubt, that wave of imposter syndrome, or that hesitation that holds you back from what you really want, stay right where you are. Because in the next few minutes, we're going to break down the science and the steps to building real, lasting confidence from the inside out. Section 1. The science behind self-doubt and confidence. So before we get to the 5-minute technique, it helps to understand what's actually going on in your brain when you feel confident versus when you feel self-doubt. These aren't just vague feelings. They are physical realities happening inside your head. Your brain has this amazing ability called neuroplasticity, which just means it's constantly changing and adapting based on your thoughts and habits. When you're stuck in a loop of self-doubt, you're literally strengthening the brain circuits for fear and self-criticism. There's a part of your brain called the amygdala, which is basically your internal alarm system. For a lot of us, it's overactive, always scanning for social threats, potential embarrassment, or the possibility of failure. This is what fuels that anxious feeling or the voice of the inner critic. The more you listen to that voice, the stronger and more automatic that pathway gets. You're essentially practicing how to doubt yourself. But here's the good news. Just as you can strengthen those doubt pathways, you can intentionally build new ones, superhighways for confidence. This is where mindfulness comes in. Mindfulness is simply the act of paying attention to right now without judging it. Research shows this simple practice has a huge impact on the brain. It can actually calm down that overactive amygdala, which turns down the volume on that constant feeling of being under threat. It also helps you activate your prefrontal cortex, which is the part of your brain that handles rational thinking and keeps your emotions in check. This means you can shift from being reactive, where your doubts and fears are in control, to being responsive, where you are in control. Mindfulness teaches you to notice your negative thoughts without getting tangled up in them. You learn to see them for what they are, just thoughts, like little clouds passing in your mind, not permanent truths. When you do this regularly, you weaken the old negative circuits and build new, positive ones. You're not just changing your mind, you're literally changing your brain to create a biological basis for real self-belief. Section 2. The 5-minute brain hack, a step-by-step guide. All right, let's get practical. This is the 5-minute exercise you can do every day to start that rewiring process. Find a quiet spot where you can sit or stand comfortably. You can do this first thing in the morning to set your intention for the day, or really anytime you need a quick reset. Let's go through it, minute by minute. Minute 1. Anchor in your breath. You can close your eyes or just let your gaze soften. For this first minute, just focus on your breath. Don't try to change it in any way, just notice it. Feel the air coming in through your nose, filling your lungs, and notice your chest or belly gently rising and falling. Your mind is going to wander. That's what minds do. When it does, just gently, without any frustration, guide your attention back to your breath. This first step is so important because it grounds you in the present moment, pulling you out of worries about the future or regrets about the past, which is where self-doubt loves to live. Minute 2. Scan your body. Now, gently shift your attention from your breath to your body. Start at your toes and slowly bring your awareness all the way up through your legs, your torso, your arms, right to the crown of your head. You're not looking for anything special or trying to fix anything. Just notice what's there. Can you feel warmth, coolness, tingling? Notice where your body makes contact with the chair or the floor. This simple scan builds a stronger connection between your mind and your body. Confidence isn't just in your head, it's a physical feeling. Feeling grounded in your body helps you feel more present and solid in who you are. Minute 3. Acknowledge your thoughts. For the third minute, we're going to gently turn our attention toward our thoughts. Instead of trying to fight them or push them away, just let them come and go. Imagine you're sitting on the bank of a river, and your thoughts are like leaves floating past on the water. You just notice them. Oh, there's a thought about my to-do list, or there's that inner critic again, and then you just let them float on by. The goal here is not to get swept away by the river. You are the observer on the bank, not the leaves in the water. This simple shift creates space and robs those negative thoughts of their power. Minute 4. Visualize your success. Now that you've created this calm, centered state, it's time to actively build those confidence pathways. For this fourth minute, I want you to vividly imagine yourself succeeding at something that feels a little challenging right now. Maybe it's nailing a presentation, having a tough conversation, or even just walking into a party feeling completely at ease. Your brain has a hard time telling the difference between a vividly imagined event and a real one. So really see it. What are you wearing? How are you standing? What's the sound of your voice? Most importantly, let yourself feel the emotions of that success. Feel the pride, the calm, the self-assurance. You're giving your brain a blueprint for success. Minute 5. Seal it with an affirmation. For our final minute, we're going to lock in this practice with a meaningful affirmation. We want to avoid empty phrases that your brain might not believe. Instead, connect your affirmation to real-world evidence. You could say something like, "I am capable and I figure things out," and then quickly bring to mind one small example of a time you did just that, maybe a tricky problem you solved at work or a new recipe you learned. Tying your affirmation to a real memory makes it so much more powerful. You could also try, "I can choose to be calm and focused," or "I learn and grow from every challenge." Repeat your chosen phrase to yourself and really let the feeling of it sink in. And that's it. 5 minutes. It's a small investment in yourself for a pretty incredible return. Section 3. This isn't faking it, it's building something real. You've probably heard the advice to fake it till you make it. And while it comes from a good place, it can often feel draining and phony, like you're wearing a mask. The mindfulness exercise we just went through is completely different. It's not about faking anything. It's about building something real, from the inside out. Faking it is all about appearances. It's focused on what other people see. This mindfulness practice is an internal job. It's about building a sense of self-worth that doesn't depend on what anyone else thinks. When you practice observing your thoughts without judgment, you're practicing self-acceptance. When you visualize yourself succeeding, you're building genuine self-belief. When you ground yourself in your body, you're creating an inner source of calm and stability. This is the foundation of what's often called intrinsic confidence, a sense of worth that comes from within, not from your job title, your accomplishments, or other people's approval. It's unshakable because it isn't based on the ups and downs of life. You're building confidence in yourself, not just in what you can do. You're learning to trust your own mind and to feel comfortable in your own skin. This is how you create authentic, lasting confidence, where you no longer need to pretend, because you're genuinely becoming that person. This 5-minute routine is a powerful tool, but like any exercise, consistency is everything. This is a daily practice, not a one-and-done fix. So, I want to invite you to try this. Commit to this 5-minute exercise every single day for the next 7 days, just 1 week, and see what you notice. See if you can spot the small shifts in your mindset, your posture, or how you interact with people.
I would love to hear how it goes. After you've tried it for a week, come back and share your experience in the comments. What did you notice? What was the hardest part? What felt the best? Your story could be the very thing that inspires someone else to start their own journey. And of course, if you got value from this video and want more science-backed ways to improve your life, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Confidence isn't some magical quality that only a few people are born with. It's the result of small, consistent actions that rewire our brains for self-trust. We've talked about how in just 5 minutes a day, you can start to calm your brain's alarm system, detach from negative self-talk, and actively build the mental framework for self-belief. You have the power to change your own brain. You have the ability to move from a life colored by self-doubt to one defined by authentic confidence. It all starts with the choice to invest 5 minutes in yourself each day, with the willingness to breathe, to observe your thoughts, and to imagine the most capable version of yourself. That version isn't a fantasy. It's a potential that's already inside you, waiting to be unlocked. Thank you for taking this time for yourself today. Now go out there and start building.
If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment about your experience. You could be the inspiration someone else needs, someone trying to find joy in their quiet moments. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more insightful content. Thank you for being here, and always remember staying true to yourself, whether in solitude or with others, is the greatest strength of all. See you in the next video.